Good morning, all. This is your girl Mimi, and you're on my YouTube channel, Her Majesty Speaks. Yes, I have something on my heart today. Um, Definitely, happy Black History Month is year round in my house. I hope it's year round in your house as well, because I'm raising three little princes that's going to become kings, and they need to know how great they are. So, Black history is something that we should be teaching all the time. And we need to teach true white history, which is not all the pretty stuff. We need to, you know, if we gotta take the good with the bad, whatever it is. But anyway, this morning, and this is what brings me to the topic today, and it is bitterness. How bitterness breeds unforgiveness, and it's just a horrible trickle down effect. Okay, so I am the youngest of four. Now, I have my parents have been married over 50 years. It is three of us with my parents, and my dad has an outside child. So, and when I say outside, I'm not saying illegitimate. It is not that. She is legitimate. Even though my dad didn't marry her mom, she is still. I don't do that half stuff. She's my sister. So, my sister and my oldest brother are 6 weeks apart to the day. She's April the 8th, he's May 20th. Okay. Now, Dad was a young man, you know, he was just being a man, I guess. um, it wasn't an ideal situation, but, I had two women pregnant at the same time. He married my mom, but he always took care of all of us. All of us. Okay. Dynamite father, dynamite provider. Um, and so what I'm getting to is, so I have, my oldest brother and my sister. So my dad married my mom, and then it was my other, oh, excuse me, Lord, my other brother and myself, you know. And I used to worship my sister. I just loved having the idea of a sister, a big sister. She had no idea how much I worshiped her. It hurts to this day because she never wanted to have nothing to do with me. Now, and the thing is, it wasn't that she was bitter, her mother was bitter. So, we as women, we got to be careful, parents. We got to be careful what we feed into our little ones, because now my sister's 51 and we just have nothing. Absolutely nothing. So my growing up, and like I said, I worshipped her. Her mother always had an issue because my dad married my mother. Now granted, I ain't got nothing to do with that. As far as I'm concerned, and I can, I guess, I don't know. Um, she just better about it. And it's years later and still angry, and I'm gonna get to the still angry part. So, um, it's always been like little, and I've seen all kind of stuff. I ain't gonna put all of the business out, but like my mother, what I will say is she held a standard. Okay, she held a standard. Um, my dad took very good care of my mother financially and still does. And I can't speak to him as a husband, or all I can speak to him as is from my point of view as a dad. He was a great dad. I don't know him, the man part of him. I'm sure in that 50 years, 50 plus years, It's been some shit. I already know, just as a woman. I know they went through some stuff. I'm not privy to it, nor do I want to be, nor do I need to be. But as a dad, I've seen he was a great provider. And as a husband, he was a great provider. So, my sister's mom, you know, better they, over the years had little run ins, grocery store here, there, whatever. And my dad, because he always tried to overcompensate, her house got before our house got. And as a man, I totally respect that. I totally, totally, totally respect that because he made sure that, you know, she didn't lack. Even though he didn't marry her mother, he still honored her and took care of her. Made sure that their life was, that he did his part, I'll say. And just from what I remember growing up, her mother wasn't great with money. She wasn't. Um, and it's just one of them things as a single mom, I get it where sometimes you got to make decisions on whether to, pay the electric or the car insurance. So, because I've been there. Thank God I'm not there now, but I've been there. And when I say not good with money, would do stuff like don't have, the lights are out, but you want to host a dinner, I mean, not the lights, the heat, and go buy all these, heaters because you just don't want to say, look, this ain't a good time to have this daggone dinner. I mean, that's what I'm saying, dumb stuff like that, because, some things happen to us and some things are self-inflicted. Some things we just don't make the best decisions. Not saying she's a bad woman. She just wasn't great with money from what I remember growing up. And my mother's on the total opposite spectrum where she don't spend nothing. She just wanna save just in case. Just in case don't never might not never come, but she's going just in case. She ain't even gonna enjoy it. So, like I said, that always took care of us, And, like I said, over the years, they had their little run ins and it was always little shade, here and there and all of that type of stuff. And I'm just like, just move on. So I say that's to say, this vendetta, it stopped me and my sister from actually ever having a relationship because I remember from, really young where I would be just trailing behind her and I would like spend the weekend over her and the mother's house and I'd be trailing behind her. We'd be in the hair salon and I'd be like, my sister, and my sister would be like, oh, that is my half sister. Like she always emphasized that, like, yeah, no, just it's me and my mother. Fuck her. It was always that type of attitude. Her mother was horrible at, like I would come into the kitchen and she'd be talking about me, couldn't whisper worth a damn on the phone, like, look at her. She just big as a damn house. I mean, just always real. I remember all of that stuff because, a lot of times you don't think the kids are watching and the kids are listening, but we are. And it affects you. So, just as a woman, that part I don't have a lot of respect for her mother in that aspect. She's never done, really, she's never done anything like horrible to me at all. At all. She just don't fuck with me because of who my mama was, you know. I'm sure other people she is a perfectly lovely woman. We've just never had that. But I've always shown her respect. So fast forward to today is the last day of Black History, and she's a preacher. So she asked me last week, and I don't know. I'm not. She asked me last month, beginning of the month, could my boy sing in the Black History program, Zoom program? Sure. And she was like, well, I said I was going to keep asking until the Lord said, made you say yes. And I was sitting there like, I ain't never saying no. You ain't never asked me. Like my boys, we a musical bunch of folks. We sing. So they like to sing. You know, I wouldn't say they couldn't. So the boys, but so this is what happened. So fast forward up it said, no, let's rewind to yesterday. So that's the eve of my sister's mother sends my mother a text. Now, the thing is, I wasn't hiding it, you know, that they were singing at my sister's mother's Zoom service for her church. I wasn't hiding it, but I just know my mother feels some kind of way. So why the fuck would I go and say, "Mom, this is what we doing"? It's just to me, it's just messy. It's for what? I mean, it don't have nothing to do with I just my thing is we was gonna let them do the program, but I'm not one to I don't pour salt in wounds. I'm just not a messy bitch at all. Well, my sister's mom sends my mother a text last night. Shady ass text. Oh, it was so fucking shady. And it was I just want to let you know, your grandkids are going to be singing tomorrow at Zoom, and I want to invite you and your man, um, to the Zoom. It was just real. When I say it was dripping shadiness, it was so fucking shady, and my mother forwarded it to me. So I'm just like, okay. I didn't even respond because I was just like, I already knew. Like, I'm 40. I'm gonna be 46 in a couple of weeks. Like, why am I still in the middle of y'all shit? And I'm thinking to my mother, why the fuck are you mad? Cause you won. Like, can we let this shit go? It's been over 50 fucking years. Now, my mother displayed, to me, in my opinion, some form of passive aggressive behavior. Because even though this ain't had nothing to do with me, the text being sent to her, that was pure shadiness on my sister's mother's behalf to my mother. And this shit has been going on for years, so I'm kind of numb to it. But my son, I had entered him into a art contest because he is a dynamite artist. I mean, fantastic. It was a Black History art program. A contest. My good friend from college sent me the link, because she knew that my son drew. So, I told him about it, and he drew Harriet Tubman. Great, beautiful. So submitted it, and I told my mother on yesterday, and I know I'm going back and forth, but I'm letting this. I promise you, it's a point to this. Going back and my mother yesterday, and because I got notified that he won. But this was the kicker. I didn't want to tell him over the phone because not only did I submit him, my other two sons wanted to be submitted as well. They're not really into art, but it was just one of them, oh, he doing it, I'm going to do it too. So they didn't get picked because my other son is just that phenomenal of an artist. He spends literally every waking moment studying, honing his craft, you know. So, of course, I didn't want to give him that information over the phone because I knew the other two was going to feel some kind of way. So, I needed to be here so that I could explain to them he won, but this is why he won. Everybody, and I always teach my kids that to do your best, no matter what. Give it everything you got. Okay. Sometimes it's gonna be recognized as something great, and sometimes it's not. That's just life. Because I teach them a lot of times I give my very best, and it doesn't turn into what I wanted to turn into. Doesn't yield the greatest results. I gave it my all, and that's all I can, and that's all you can do. So I wanted to have this talk with them. But because my mother got that shady ass text, she goes on Facebook. And this some the passive aggressive shit I'm talking about. And post my son's picture, so because I call my mother run tell that because she got to be the first one. So just competitive. That's a whole nother show for her majesty topic for Her Majesty Speaks, the competitiveness and how it shows up in every fucking thing. But she's one that she got to be the first one with everything. She won't be the first one to tell somebody died. The first one to tell somebody's sick. She got to be the first one. So she takes the picture because my son, of course, they show their grandma, you know, and was sent it to her a while ago. And she posted on Facebook and said that my, grandson didn't want. And that's honestly, it wasn't about him. It's about her, you know. Um, but I said, okay, fine. She put on Facebook first. Big whoop, you know. I'm not it still is my news, but I'm not like, you know, London ain't fallen. It hasn't fallen, It's like my world is still together. But the issue I had was when she called him on the phone while I wasn't home because I was out making money because that's what I got to do. She calls him on the phone with all three of them on the phone on the little duo and tells him that he won. And I'm not home to soften that blow. That's what I was pissed about. But this is what I'm saying. That whole trickle down over the years, I'm still just getting caught in the crossfire. And now my kids getting caught in the crossfire. And I was so livid last night with that. I stayed gone a little bit longer because um I didn't want to show my anger towards my kids, towards my mother, when I was talking to them. I tell my kids everything. We talk about everything because I want them to be well rounded and I don't want them to be in the dark about shit ever, you know. But I had to come home and I had to because when I was out and this is how I found out. My son calls me on Zoom and all three of them are there. They had to sing today, so they was already having, you know, the issues with the songs and you know, everything. And he says, "Mommy, Granny told me I won the contest." And I see the other two, with their heads down. And then it spilled over into the song, because my oldest, he's so competitive. My mom got him like that. That ain't me at all. My thing is I want to win in life in my own lane. I don't have to beat everybody. I just need to win for me. But he took it as something wrong with me because my brother got picked, I didn't get picked. And that was my issue just as a parent, as like, why would you take that from me because you mad over somebody sending you a damn text? They ain't got shit to do with me. But that was her way, because she's very not. My mom thinks she's very direct, but she's not. Very extremely passive aggressive, extremely. And it was just so, when I say it was just so screwed up. So fast forward, I have to come home and explain everything and, build them up and because while I was on the phone on the duo with them, they was blowing up about the song, and it wasn't about the song. It was about the damn art contest, and they was feeling some kind of way. So I say this to say, y'all, these little vendettas that you have with the outside relationship, don't bring it into your parenting situation. You know, because a lot of people have this same type of deal. With the husband, or or your the husband or whatever had outside kids, and the women then had run-in, excuse me, before marriage. Had run-ins before marriage and stuff, and that stuff has spilled over the years, and it's just messy and it's unhealed, and ain't nothing worse than old ass messy queens. It's nothing worse than that. But it's sad because that whole thing that happened 1968, I guess, that whole thing has 69, I guess. It's trickled down. And it's just, it ain't never been right, and it's affected everybody that had nothing to do with it. None of us was there. But we still, like, my oldest brother, he only say he only got one sister. He don't fuck with my sister at all. She don't know that. She fuck with just him and my other brother. She think don't fuck with me just cause I'm born female, and she's always looked at me as competition. And I've had other people look at me as competition. My mother competes with me over, she's just competitive. And the funny thing, I'm sitting around like, I'm the only one ain't in the fuck. I'm the only one not competing. I don't care. I just want to live and be peaceful. And this morning, was the actual Zoom call. And it's like, because over the years, my sister always say, you ain't never came down to Atlanta to see me. I was like, why the fuck would I? It's always some shade. It's always some, you know, uh, it's always just nitpicking, just trying to take digs. And the thing is, anybody that really know me, 'cause she don't even really know me. We look alike. We got the same daddy, but she doesn't know me at all as a woman. She doesn't know me. And all them little digs, I be looking at her like, girl, I would tear your ass up. Cause I know my mouth is horrible. That's why I try not to, I'm honest, Like I said, I'm an acquired taste. People don't like what I say, but I don't lie. I don't lie. But it's just always, them little digs. And I was like, I would tear your ass up for real. But I don't want to do that shit. That's my sister. I mean, we're not close, but I don't want to fucking hurt her, you know. And over the years, I know she doesn't like stuff that I've had to say, but I'm gonna speak my mind, you know. And I get it. She's with, her mother. Is you ever met those women? They just have to have a male at any cost. It's just got to be somebody there. They feel like they less than if they don't have a man. I believe that's how her mother views her. And my sister is, I don't know if she's held on to this man all these years that's mistreated her, grossly mistreated her. Um, because my dad married my mom, and in her mind, she want to hold her family together, or I don't, because I can't understand. I try to put myself in situations where I can see someone else's point of view that I don't understand because I'm just not I'm not built to take shit off of no dude. I'm just not. I don't have no long suffering spirit. I'm not no ride or die. Like if I fuck with you, I fuck with you. But when your ass start going to the left, I'm gonna leave your ass over to the left because I got to take care of these boys, and even more so, more importantly, I got to take care of me because if I ain't good, ain't nobody good. So I'm just not one to take shit. But I realized it's just this, all of these the mistakes, all of the mishaps that happened over 50 years ago are still affecting this here still. And I'm just like, when everybody gonna let this shit go? And it's like, it's sad because I look at my mom, she done won, she still ain't fucking happy. I know my sister mother, she definitely happy because that what she got. I mean, he's a perfectly nice man, male or whatever. But in my eyes, from what I've seen, she's taking care of him. No woman likes that shit. Even if you just going through the motion, nobody, they might not ever admit it, but no woman wants to just take care of a dude. And I see the same thing with my sister taking care of a dude. I'm just like, but I'm not gonna, and that's where I guess I'm just breaking it. I'm not settling. I'm just not. But my mother didn't raise me to. She didn't. And even, not even that she just sat and told me that this is what you need to do and that. She didn't do that. It was her action, just the fact that, and my mother did a lot of shit wrong, as far as I'm concerned. And the thing is, as parents, we do the best we fucking can, you know, we do. And I know I'm a lot. I have a lot in me. I have a big personality, big persona. I've always had it. So I'm a different kind of child. And everybody's not equipped to deal with that and stuff that's happened, in life. And I know it's a lot. I'm sure she did the absolute best she could, because from, what I know with my family, her parents ain't really pour into her like that. So you're already operating at a deficit, but you're still giving everything you got. And don't get me wrong, I'm not putting down my upbringing at all. It's just when you see things in your parents that you want to emulate, and you see stuff that you want to just you just want to leave it all the way, back there. And it's just one of those situations. But it's just so freaking sad, and but not to say it, what my mother did, and that's what I was getting at. Y'all know I ramble. The example she showed me, she didn't tell me, she showed me, because my dad, she held him to a standard, and it's nothing that my dad loves my mother, and he takes care of her very well. And I'm not settling for nobody that's not going to do that. I do my part. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not one of these, he got to do this and that, and I'm not bringing up to the table. I'm bringing mine to the table. I'm going to compliment him. I'm going to ride for him as long as he riding for me, because that's my thing. And I guess that's what I learned from her. I'll match your effort, but when your ass stop, I'm out. Um, but it's so funny how all of us in this situation, I feel like the kids, I feel like we have been collateral damage. And the damage is there, not even from our own actions, it's from what our parents did. And I don't know how to fix it. I don't. Because I have, um, I am who I am. I'm not going to change. She is who she is. She ain't going to change. So, what can you do? But that's just one of them, I guess. I got to keep on praying. I got to keep on trying to figure out. Because, of course, I want a relationship with her. My kids don't even know her. They don't know. I mean, they know that's on, but they don't know her. Know her. They don't. Now I know her kids because I got to be auntie to her kids. She was, I ain't have no kids, so I had her kids all the time. So I had a good hand in raising them, you know. Um, but she and I don't have. It's like we ain't nothing to each other, and it's sad. I wish it was different, but it's not. But it's going to have to start from the top, and that's the women. Because my father, he really ain't even got nothing to do with it. It's he made his decision. Folks ain't like his decision, but he made it. So, but it's still the cattiness between these two women, and my mother she don't give her shit back. She take it out on me. That ain't fair. And it's so funny because it's like I'm innocent in this situation. How the fuck I become the villain? I just was born female to my mama. But you all, the lesson in this is I want y'all to go listen to that song by Erica Badu, Bag Lady. It's so this is indicative of this situation. Folks carrying all of their baggage from past shit, from childhood, that's from the other relationships, from the failed relationship to the bitterness then spilled down into more bitterness toward me, just because I'm born to her, and her and him that didn't marry her, and it's just trickled down, down, down. And it's just a bunch of shit that I want to fix it, but honestly, the type of person that I am, you don't want to fuck with me. I mean, it's sad that we don't have nothing, but I slept yesterday. I'm going to sleep tonight, and I'm going to sleep tomorrow night. I'll be okay. Wish it was different, but I'll be okay. But you all, because I can't even speak on, because I'm, I've forgiven everybody in this situation. I can't heal it by myself, but I've forgiven everybody. Um, and the thing is, because folks don't even realize a lot of times that they done some shit, because they still so wrapped up in them and how they, in their life and woe is me and what happened to me, and you gotta let that shit go, or you gonna still 52, 53 years later be stuck and mad that you wasn't chosen. The shade of it all. But like I said, just to sum it all up, leave that relationship shit alone. The failed relationship. If you got kids in there, learn how to be a cohesive unit, and be able to work together amicably with all parties involved. And don't let your shit drip on them kids, because this is the result. Be 45, she's 52, 51, 52. and it's still animosity. And when I tell you, I guarantee you, if you can ask her right now, she don't even fucking know why she mad. She just is. But it all stems from the mothers. Everything. And it's like I said again, even when you, some people, even when you win, they still don't feel like they won. It's still not enough. And those that feel like they've lost, it's not the end of the fucking world. It's somebody else out there. Don't get hung up, because then you going to block your blessing. And then you just going to grab up some shit and just drag that shit along with you forever. And you ain't happy. So the one that didn't won ain't happy, and the one that lost definitely ain't happy. And they make it everybody in the whole situation miserable. And it's gotten to the point, my sister come to town, she don't call my dad. My dad's never really even told her no. But he started to after, we got grown, because it was kind of ridiculous. But like, why? Why? This is your girl Mimi, or Her Majesty Speaks. My heart is clear, my mind is clear for the moment. Still don't know how I'm gonna fix the situation, or if it can be, but yeah, I'll just keep praying. But this is my channel, Her Majesty Speaks. Her Majesty has spoken. Let the bitterness and unforgiveness, let it go. Let it go. Life is short. You die once, but you get a chance to live every single day. Just let it go. Because the damage that you cause it can't be undone. Okay. But this is your girl, Mimi. This is my channel, Her Majesty Speaks. Yes, this is me in the back. I got that picture just in case, I don't feel like doing this. Y'all can see, oh, she is, she kind of cute. She all right. Okay, yeah. So, Her Majesty Speaks. Her Majesty has spoken. And definitely check out all the other videos. We got a lot of stuff coming up. Where it's not gonna just be me. We're gonna have different conversations, and we just want to get through this thing called life a lot easier than we doing right now. Well, I definitely do. So definitely like and subscribe. We see a video and somebody's like, oh, just get that little nudge like, girl, come check it out. Yes, definitely like and subscribe. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm not, subtlety's not my nature. I want to come home, so I need to get way more subscribers so I can start getting the check and stay home with my kids. So I'm always keep it 100 with you. I'm going to always be authentic. I'm not going to be anything other than myself ever. I promise you that. But thank you for for your time on today. Thank you for letting me share and clear my heart. And I hope somebody